In other words, there was a slam dunk defense available to the state of Trinidad and Tobago on that case, but for the fact that the file disappeared.
$20 million, 9 men, a decade behind bars, and one nation left demanding answers. Who will pay for the system's failure? Welcome back to the channel where we don't just talk about justice, we dissect it, challenge it, and demand accountability. Today we're pulling back the curtain on one of the most shocking legal payouts in Trinidad and Tobago's recent history. The $20 million TT compensation awarded to the 9 men acquitted in the Vindra Naipaul-Coolman murder case. Now, I know what some of you are thinking, 20 million TT. Is that even that much? Let me put it in perspective. That's about $3 million US, or roughly 300,000 US dollars per man for a decade of their lives. Still think that's too much? Imagine 10 years of your freedom gone, your family growing up without you, your career destroyed, your name dragged through the mud. Suddenly, that number doesn't seem so outrageous, does it? But here's the real issue. This isn't just about the money. It's about failed justice, missing evidence, and a system that seems to punish taxpayers more than the people who let this disaster happen. Before we dive in, hit like, subscribe, and turn on notifications, because what you're about to hear will make you question everything you thought you knew about crime, punishment, and who really pays the price when the system gets it wrong. Imagine spending 10 years in prison for a crime you didn't commit, then fighting for years just to get compensated for it. That's exactly what happened to these 9 men. In 2006, Vindra Naipaul-Coolman, a well-known businesswoman, was kidnapped and murdered in a high-profile case that shook the nation. 9 suspects were arrested, charged, and locked away for a decade, only to be acquitted in 2016 after critical evidence went missing and the case collapsed under legal scrutiny. After their release, they sued the state for wrongful imprisonment and malicious prosecution. And in 2023, the court ruled in their favor, awarding them a staggering $20 million TT in compensation, roughly $2.2 million TT per man. But wait, it gets worse. The Attorney General's office tried to block the payout, claiming they weren't properly served court documents. The judge dismissed this argument, calling it a desperate legal dodge, especially since the AG's office had years to respond. So let's break this down. The state locks up 9 men for 10 years. The case collapses because evidence disappears. The court rules they were wrongfully imprisoned. The state now has to pay $20 million TT for its mistake. And the AG's office tries to weasel out of paying. This isn't just incompetence. It's a full-blown institutional failure. The $20 million TT question: who really pays for this mistake? Here's the brutal truth: taxpayers. That $20 million TT doesn't come from some magic government vault. It comes from public funds. Money that could have built schools, upgraded hospitals, or fixed roads is now going to compensate for a botched prosecution. And the real kicker? No one has been held accountable. Did the police mishandle evidence? Did prosecutors rush the case? Did the AG's office fail to properly defend the lawsuit? We don't know because no one is asking these questions loudly enough. The bigger problem: a justice system that punishes the wrong people. This case exposes a deep, ugly flaw in Caribbean justice systems. Option 1: go hard on big crimes and risk catastrophic failure. Pros: takes down dangerous criminals, reassures the public. Cons: requires top-tier police work, airtight evidence, and flawless prosecution, or else cases collapse, costing millions in lawsuits. Option 2: play it safe and let real criminals walk free. Pros: fewer risks, easier convictions on minor crimes. Cons: murderers, kidnappers, and corrupt officials stay untouched, while public trust crumbles. Right now, we're stuck in the worst of both worlds: aggressive prosecutions with sloppy follow-through. Was the payout fair, or a reward for a legal loophole? The case for compensation: 10 years in prison stolen from these men. The state must be held accountable for wrongful imprisonment. If the system fails, it should pay, literally. The case against compensation: If evidence was lost, not fabricated, does that mean they were innocent or just not proven guilty? Should taxpayers foot the bill for prosecutorial mistakes? Where do you stand? Drop your opinion in the comments. The real solution: fix the system before another $20 million TT disaster. We need strict evidence handling protocols, no more lost files. Independent reviews of botched prosecutions. Who messed up? Why? Real consequences for negligence, fines, suspensions, firings. Because right now, the system isn't just failing the accused, it's failing all of us. Final thought: this story isn't over. The $20 million TT payout is just the beginning. The real question is, will this be a wake-up call or just another scandal we forget in 6 months? What do you think? Should the AG's office face consequences? How can Caribbean justice systems improve? Was this payout justified or a miscarriage of justice? Sound off below. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe because stories like this demand attention. Until next time, stay sharp, stay skeptical, and never stop asking the hard questions.
Media conference on Wednesday, Attorney General Reginald Darmour said the statement of the case, where the defendants in the Vindra Naipaul-Coolman murder case claimed they were maliciously prosecuted, disappeared one day after it was submitted to the Office of the Solicitor General for assignment. But since the launch of the investigation, the Attorney General's office has retrieved the files from the registry of the High Court.
The Office of the Attorney General, the Secretariat of the Attorney General, and I will come to that, had never seen those documents. The file disappeared on the 23rd of June, 2020. Having been signed for as received on the 22nd of June, 2020. It seems incredulous, and it demands an explanation.
He said a memorandum which was issued by the former Attorney General states that when such a file arrives, the ministry must be advised and approval sought and obtained. AG Darmour said there was reasonable cause for the accused to be charged with murder.
In other words, there was a slam dunk defense available to the state of Trinidad and Tobago on that case, but for the fact that the file disappeared. Let me make it very clear. This is a very early stage. I do not want anything that I say to appear to be an indictment of anyone.
Whether the state will be appealing the matter, he said.
There are aspects of what is pleaded in that case by the attorneys who represented the accused, led by Mr. Anand Ramlogan, that in my view provide a basis for an appeal, but I am not going to advise myself.
AG Darmour said the results of the investigation will be completed in the shortest possible time.